Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to continue with these tarot readings for celebrity couples, I would call it. I usually read for K-pop, but I'm doing the readings for K-pop idols and groups during my live streams. So they are on the live stream sections. They are recorded and saved in there. So if you want to watch it. But since I'm trying to sort of get a bit much more of the diversity in my channel. I'm going to be reading today for Taylor Swift and one of her exes. I believe it's her most recent ex, Joe Alwyn. I know she's dating someone else. I know she has a current partner because I read for them. But people wanted to know about her and her ex and how they're feeling for each other, or what they think of each other, and I'm going to say this because from my perspective, I don't look back at the past. I believe that also she's dating someone new, so I think that we should also take that as a sign. Some people think that going back to old situations or old relationships sort of gives you a feedback of how you are acting in a new relationship, and I believe that's not that accurate. Like, you can have a not so pleasant past love life or connection with someone, but you're also learning something new when you start a new relationship. So I think that if I want to know something about someone, I would focus more on their present and what they have available in the future, more than being reading about the exes. There's this sort of obsession with people, just wanting to know about, this ex connection, how was it? For me, what's in the past is in the past. That's my personal opinion about this. I know that she's a celebrity, and I know that she probably had talked about her exes before, but for me, it's like, yeah, you can remember certain things, but I think that I would focus on the guy that she's with right now. I know I read for them, but for me, if I want to know about Taylor, I would focus more on watching what she's doing with her current partner. I think that's where the valid energy is in, But since the fans want, not the fans, but people want to know, and I have tarot cards in here available, so I pulled some for her and her ex, Joe Alwyn. I have a trouble remembering his name. I wonder why. I don't know. I could be like, oh, this also has a meaning. But I swear I'm having a hard time remembering his name, especially his last name. There's something very tricky about his last name that I just get distracted and I have to look for it over and over. And probably I should have it written down somewhere. So I will just call him Joe from now on. But yeah, let's begin. I placed Taylor on the left and Joe on the right. So yeah, let's begin. She got the Knight of Wands, the Five of Wands in reverse, and the Seven of Swords in reverse. Then from his side, we have the Five of Cups in reverse, the Two of Wands in reverse, the Five of Swords in reverse. The relationship as an overall, we have the Four of Wands in reverse, the Ace of Wands in reverse, the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, also the King of Swords in reverse, and then I pulled an extra card from another oracle and I got the Ace of Wands. This one is upright. This is what I want to say about this experience. I usually don't read reversals. I don't read reversals. I try to see it using the deck upright, and I pick energy from that. But in this case, I was like, okay, they came out in reverse for a reason, so I'm going to take them. And what I can tell you about this is that definitely there's energetically, It feels heavy. It feels stuck. I feel like there's this stagnation, this like honestly, I think that there's such a negative vibe, like, and I cannot even put it into words and be like, oh, she thinks about him like this, or she sees him like this, or she's going to do this, because since these cards are in reverse, and for him as well, since these cards are in reverse, I think that if there's animosity, of if they really hate each other, or there's some like not so happy feeling about each other, there's also this possibility of them blocking this expression. It's like, I don't know why I feel like the energy between them is so messy, but it feels like passive aggressive. You know, it's like I wouldn't be surprised if one of the parties would just start like praising the other in response, or being sarcastic, or just dismissing people's perception that there's something going on. I definitely think that there's something, like, the feeling is that they don't see each other in a good light now. But at the same time, there's this sort of accumulation of, like, yeah, I may not like you right now, or I may not have the best opinion of you, but I'm sort of like holding myself from expressing it to the public, or from letting other people see it. So I think that deep inside there's some, I don't know, I think that both of them are very they function like this. It's like they hold grudges, but they do it with a smile on their faces. There's something about them, because I don't see them like fighting, you know. But there's the aggression is in the things that weren't said. You know, so I think that that's more annoying. I actually am getting annoyed just reading this because I think that it's just. I don't think that I don't see them like trying to work this. I think that the time is gone, the opportunity is gone, because one is more petty than the other. So I think that they will never have like this sort of understanding. There's not going to be an understanding here. There's a lot of speculation. I think that they also speculate about each other. It's like, okay, how did you feel when I did this? And the other part is like, you know, I'm not answering that question, but you know what you did. You know, something like this. So is heavy, is emotional, is chaotic, and it's also very deceiving. It's like I don't see them like, oh no, they will never move on from this. I think that they go from moments where they don't care. They go from moments where they do care. Starting from Taylor's side, you know, I see her as this Knight of Wands, so definitely she is probably more proactive than him. But she has the Nine of Wands, that it would be like a conflict, the Nine of Wands and the Seven of Swords in reverse. So I think that there's something about her that maybe she would want to pick a fight with him. You know, she would sort of would want to maybe shade him a bit, you know, to be a bit, you know, provocative with him about like, okay, yeah, I'm going to talk about you, or I'm going to say this about you, or I'm going to let you know that she feels very reactive towards everything that has to do with him. I think that she's still involved. I don't say like emotionally. I think that it's more about pride and ego. I don't know if she feels like he owes her something. I don't know. I think that her with this Knight of Wands is like, she's very actively, like, it's not that she's on the fence, but she's like, I could start something if I wanted to. But I see these two cards like sort of in reverse. So I'm like, I don't think that this is going to be an attack towards him. I know people are like, oh, maybe she's going to talk about him in the new album. I think that she could. But there's something about her like sort of changing her mind at last minute and being like, no, it's not about him. Or yeah, it was initially, or I fooled you all guys, but actually no, I don't do those things anymore. So this is very similar to what I got when I read for her and her current partner or boyfriend. I think that she's very actively working on herself. She's still in fight mode. She's still a fighter. She still has a lot of passion and a lot of aggression, I would say. It's not that she's calm. It's not that she's like enjoying tranquility. No, she's actually very proactive about this. But at the same time, I think that she's trying to change her ways. She's trying, at least she's trying. She's trying to like, I could start this discussion all over again, and I could leave this sort of subliminal message in here, but I don't want to. I think that she doesn't want to play this game like this with him or whatever he meant for her, but she feels like she is much more responsive to him than him. Because from his side, he has all the cards in reverse. He got the 5 of Cups in reverse, the 2 of Wands in reverse, the 5 of... See, a lot of 5s. They got a lot of 5s, and he got all of them in reverse. So I think that for him, it's like, I could also care about certain things, but I don't care. There's something about him feeling like if he had something to say, or if he had a sort of like point of view or a resistance towards what she could say about him, he would be like, it would be a waste of time and energy. I actually don't see the point in this. I don't see the purpose in this. It's like the guy is not interested. He's not interested. I think that he's like, I already accepted that the relationship was over. I already accepted a lot of things. I accepted a lot of failures. I accepted... He feels like tired, exhausted. Like I already said what I had to say to defend myself back then. It seems like he didn't see a future with her. It seems like he couldn't see a future. And I think that probably talking about her or sort of like reacting to whatever she's going to do, it would be like sort of adding more fire to something that he's like, I'm no longer interested. This guy is very apathic, actually. He's very detached, disconnected. If he is an emotional guy, I cannot see it in here because I feel that he's already moved on. I think that also he's a guy that he avoids conflict. There's something about him like disappearing. There's something about him avoiding confronting certain things. And I think that this is maybe why she also gets in this fiery energy, in this Knight of Wands energy, because it seems like for him it's easier to detach. I think that he's the type of guy that he's like, okay, you made the decision, it's over, bye. Okay, I accept what you wanted. And she's like, but you were supposed to fight for us. And he's like, but what for if there's no future? There's something about him also, I don't know much about him, but I think that the guy lacks a bit of fire and motivation, honestly. In comparison to her, that maybe she's a bit much more active, especially about, acknowledging and trying to understand how she feels the way she feels, She's a bit much more passionate, and she's like, okay, if we have an issue, we have to talk about it. She's a bit insistent about, talking things out and sort of fixing things, or if there's an issue, we have to talk about it, we have to face it, and he is not like that. He's more like, oh yeah, we have an issue, well, I will go take a nap over here. Like I'm not in the mood. He's very unbothered, honestly. I think that he's like in another space. He's not in here. He's not in the reading, I would say. He's not present. Then the relationship as an overall, yeah, guys, all the cards are in reverse. I don't see this having actually like a future. I know someone wanted to know if they were going to get back together at some point. I would say keep dreaming, and this is not going to happen. This is not successful. Like this, this doesn't have a purpose. Like he said, it's not. I think that there's nothing fun about these two. Like the fire that they used to have, if they ever had fire, is sort of put out. It's not, and also there's no success. There's no ability to enjoy each other's company. You know, there's a lot of disbalance in their energies. You know, they are very different, and they, you know, I don't think that. Also, I have this King of Swords in here in reverse that I think that it could symbolize also Travis, Taylor's new boyfriend. He's in reverse as well, so I think that if people keep pushing this guy, you know, the narrative of this ex-boyfriend, I think that it could also affect her relationship with this new guy. Because he comes in reverse, you know. So I think, like I said at the beginning, I think that instead of, you know, wondering about the exes, you know, I think that it would be, and if there's a part of her that probably she's like seeing that this is affecting her new relationship, I think that she should also pay attention to what is going on, why this could potentially like affect her relationships, her present. This is what I would advise her, because he comes here as the King of Swords. I mean, he is present, but also he's in reverse. So there's something also about this guy, about Travis, also getting caught in the middle of this drama, getting caught in the drama of Taylor and Joe, even though he has nothing to do with them, you know, but he is sort of, he's at risk in here, you know. I don't know if because people keep like mentioning him, like bringing back the past, and sort of like the guy knows, you know, and I think that he doesn't feel that comfortable with. I don't know if he's been compared to her ex, probably, but he feels like a bit uncomfortable. He's like, you know, I don't like this, or this part of people doing this, I don't like it. Maybe this is the reason why I believe that maybe Taylor is sort of working more actively instead of doing the things the way she usually does. She's like trying to not go there again, because she's like, you know, I could lose this partner that I have right now, and I think that she wants to make it work. There's a lot of, the energy feels a bit heavy for her love life, but I think that the fact that the guy is here, that Travis showed up, I think that it definitely can tell you that even though the guy is in reverse, at least he's present. He's much more present than the ex. So yeah, and with the Ace of Wands, new vitality, I think that also, you know, the Ace of Wands, it also can sort of let you know that maybe, you know, this about Taylor probably like talking about her ex, or people talking about Joe and bringing Joe back into the conversation. With the Ace of Wands, I don't know why, I feel like people, I don't know what is the story between Taylor and Joe. I don't know if people like sort of glamorized that or liked Joe better than the other boyfriends or ex-boyfriends. But there's something with the Ace of Wands that I think that people just love bringing back Joe and Taylor. Like with the Ace of Wands here, the keyword is new vitality. I think that people just get obsessed. Like they really just feel a vitality, you know, like the card says, a new vitality, like a sort of like people get like excited, motivated, like their I don't know, their the sugar in their blood, like it rises. I don't know how to tell you. Like, I swear people they really get very excited about this too. Honestly, I think that it's more about what the audience wants. The audience wants a passionate new beginning. And actually, probably, you know, the people want her to keep sort of adding fire to, oh, please tell us about Joe. But I don't know. I think that she's going to have a new start, and I don't know. If she talks about him, maybe it's because, you know, it can be something that the public wants, or maybe something that maybe the public is going to start talking about it, even though she's not going to mention it. But I think that honestly, she's trying to do things differently. She's trying to not get that, not be like this, because she probably doesn't want to hurt or just ruin this that she has with her new partner. So I think that people just should move on. But nevertheless, there's a fixation here. People are just very excited about this too. So I don't know, guys, if you are, maybe if you were there when these two were dating, when I mean Taylor and Joe, maybe you can tell me what was so exciting maybe about this era. I don't know about this, so yeah, maybe you could help me understand better. But I think that, yeah, people just want anything associated to him. From my side, honestly, energetically, I don't see Joe as someone very proactive, honestly. I think that he's not interested. Maybe there's also a bit of evasiveness coming from him. He's a very evasive person. I don't know if maybe he doesn't like the spotlight, or he doesn't like being famous. He doesn't like to be talked about. I think that there's a lot of things that he doesn't like. There's a lot of, like, he could have like a long list of things that he doesn't like. And I don't know about his career, but there seems to be also a stagnation in his career also. That he is not, I don't know if he's not seeing what he wants to do in the near future, but there's a bit of blockage coming from him. So yeah, he's still figuring himself. So yeah, this is all I have, guys. I hope it made sense. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.